Hal here with more Empyrion, and we are trying for a take 2 on this. I keep forgetting. They've made some updates to Empyrion, and one of the recent ones, about I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago now, changed the way that they were dealing with some of their lighting and graphic effects. So what that has done is it's caused a few problems for my recording software, and I keep forgetting I have to basically capture the entire desktop video and not just the application, or else I get a black screen. So earlier today I started doing a little bit of mining. We had already picked up a bunch of copper, and now we were picking up cobalt. On the way over here, though, we stopped off at the communications station that we had previously taken the gunnery turrets off of, and took that out really quickly. Let me show you what we got out of that, actually. So we got a crap ton of food. I've actually eaten some of the food already. The medical stuff, of course, some parts from the drones. But we got almost 200 money cards, 101 of which came off of one of the aliens. So we have a big spender in the aliens' midst. I'm guessing he was the officer. Or she, depending. I mean, they don't really tell us if there's a gender or anything for the aliens. So it could be either way, you know. Alright, so what we're doing here is I'm basically just cleaning out the rest of the cobalt deposit. This was the small deposit over by the crashed Titan, the MS Titan. And so this was only about 800 units of, it's like 864 or 67, something like that, units of cobalt. So I figured if I was going to come over, I may as well just go ahead and just drain the whole thing, because that's a rather small amount. Yeah, I know, right? Anytime anything less than 1,000, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that in a sitting. But yeah, so happy Monday. Eleon Games did make a change to Empyrion over the weekend. On Friday, they released an update that rebalanced some of the starter blocks. If you remember, I was saying before how the concrete block and the wood blocks are kind of, pointless, because they really don't have enough durability to withstand anything. A drone could, basically, the minigun drone could do a single pass on the place and destroy half your base. So what they've done is Eleon has taken that to heart, and they increased a lot of the hit points on specifically the concrete and wood blocks. Now the wood blocks I haven't verified yet, but the concrete blocks now have 600 hit points, where the first tier of steel has 500. Now the difference between them is obviously that the steel has an armor rating where the concrete doesn't. The concrete is basically just pure hit points. The steel blocks, though, will reduce a little bit of the damage coming in. So if you do 1,000 points of damage, you're only getting, I think, like 750. It's like a 25% per tier damage reduction. But I haven't run any type of actual experiments on it yet to verify that, so it may be as little as 10% per tier. I just know that in previous iterations of the game, it was somewhere between 10 and 15% per tier at low tiers, and then 20% per tier at higher tiers. So, and we should be just about out of cobalt. By the time everything is said and done, we should have about 870 cobalt. Let's see what we got in here. 1,000 cobalt. See, that is what... Whoa. Oh. That's why you need to be paying attention about which way you are facing when you're digging. Okay, let's get out of here. And for the folks that say I always bring too much in the way of resources, this is why. Because I sometimes dig myself into pits like this. Now that we have enough basic material, because now I need to go get iron. But once I have, like 1 or 2K of iron, I'm basically going to go deplete a couple of the veins. Once I have all of that, we will have enough resource. Yay, no more cobalt. We'll have enough resource to make an army of automated drilling devices, and we will go around and place them on all of the nodes and power those bad boys up. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut. We're going to head back to the base, And when we come back, I'll show you some of the things that we've been looking at as far as the new blocks are concerned, as well as starting to plan out our HV build, because I really want to get an HV this time around. Looking at some of the people that have been building with them, specifically folks like Lift Pizzas, he basically has finally convinced me that yes, I'm going to build an HV this season, so... Oh... Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the quick cut, and we will be right back. And we're back. So, I have to say, the lighting upgrade that they did, even though it causes me plenty of problems in recording, it is really nice. I mean, look at this. Here, I'm going to go back over here, because with the new water effects, with the new water effects and everything, it just looks amazing. Look at that. I know I've gone hashtag tourists here, but look, isn't that just nice? It's so beautiful. So we did just get a warning that we have drone assault on the way. Ow. I should probably stop trying to kill myself like that, huh? Where is... There it is. I still haven't made a med center because, well, I've been out of parts and materials, and now we've got parts and materials. So we're going to go ahead and drop all of this stuff off in here. Whoops. No, I need that comes over here. Okay. So let's go drop the food off really quickly because, you know, free food is always a good thing. Glad that they were willing to provide that for me. Oops. I'm going to keep the alien honey going because you can... It's actually good stuff. Alright, so let's see here. Do we have... Yes. And then this stuff is all going in here. Let's see here. We're going to put you guys down here for now. As you can see, I had a bunch of copper that I pulled out. I'm just waiting for the drones to show up. Now, do we have... Oh, we have enough. Which is funny because we don't have enough of the metal components because we haven't done the cobalt yet, right? No, the cobalt should be right there. So what are we missing from metal? Oh, we're missing the iron. Yes, that would explain what we were missing. Okay, but we just want to get one of these going, so that we can go ahead and get our plants going so we can have our farm up and running. So we're going to go ahead and drop all this stuff in there. You guys go back there really quickly. We're going to say... What are we looking for? That's our farm. That's electronics. I want to see if we had... I don't think we've learned the automated miner yet. I think that's what we're missing. Oh, looks like we have 2 drones coming in. First drone's down. Second drone's down. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to go loot those things up and close the door because apparently we've got a bunch of stuff going on outside. So, we will be right back. And we're back. As you can see, we've got a beautiful day starting here on Aqua. So, yeah, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so one of the things that I want to get done today is now that we have a ridiculous amount of resource, and I do mean a ridiculous amount of resource, let me show you exactly what we've been doing pretty much throughout the night. So we had another raid show up, actually 2 raids show up, which I think will hopefully be the last of them. We brought back a bunch of iron. By the time everything was said and done, I had almost 2 stacks of iron. So I'm not going to complain too much. So we're going to let this finish off. We've got another, basically a stack and a quarter left. You know, we had no iron in our inventory when we left, so we're up to basically 500 iron now. So we've got a bunch of things cooking. We've got the advanced constructor. We've got a repair bay, which will actually we want 2 of the repair bays. The reason I want 2 of the repair bays is because we're going to have 1 repair bay here in the middle of our SV landing area, and then we're going to have another one on the HV side. So that way when we come back, we don't have to do a whole lot of repairs. You know, manual repairs, I should say. The SV dock, I think I am going to make a little bit larger, maybe another 2 blocks or so. But again, you know, this is really just more for a small SV build. I'm not planning on doing something entirely too crazy this time. Like I said, I may end up just throwing a bunch of resources into the factory and getting one of the ships we've already built out. For the HV though, because we really don't build HVs all that often, this is going to be a new build. And we're going to end up doing a couple of different HV builds. There's a couple of things that people have pointed out that actually are fun to do with HVs. And one of those is building remote defense positions. Basically, you can build an HV and pretty much leave it where you build it without putting any type of hover engine or anything on it, and it just kind of sits there. And what you do is you place those around your base to set up a perimeter defense. Now, it does mean that you need to go out and maintain them, so if you are tight on resources or you think you're going to be running low on resources, this is definitely not something that you want to do as part of that. So keep that in mind. And let's go ahead and throw these things in here so that we can start making actual food again. Always a good thing. And we're just waiting for... Okay, so we're still waiting for a bunch of parts to be made. What I think I'm going to do is... Do we want to go ahead and just cut here? Let's go... We want a cockpit. We need an... what do we need? We need an HV starter. And that's going to queue up basically steel blocks and a core. Well, we have a couple of steel blocks. I'm not too worried about that. LCD screens. You know, I just wish there was more to do with the LCD screens right now. They're really nice in multiplayer because you can use them for signs. But in single player, there's just not a whole lot of use for them right now. So let's see what we have weapon-wise. I did go ahead and increase what I have available in my my tech trees here. Let me show you what we've got now. We now have the tier 2 fuel tank, oxygen tank, and medic station. I can unlock. Well, you know what? We have the points. We may as well just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and unlock the warp drive and warp drive tank. Offline protection doesn't do me any good because, well, you know, I'm offline already. Do we have... Make sure we have everything we really need for the HVs. Looks like it. Like I said, we're going to avoid the medium thrusters. Just, I don't see the reason for them right now. If we get to the point where we're overloaded, then yeah, I'll probably put them in, but I can't foresee that happening anytime in the near future. We have gone ahead and unlocked the large fuel pack, along with the hydrogen fuel pack and the oxygen generator and oxygen hydrogen generators, because we're going to be placing one of these directly outside. That way we'll get hydrogen, and I'm going to try powering the mining devices off of a hydrogen fuel cell. And because if we can do that, then that means we basically don't really have to worry about power for most of our mining needs. So yeah, that's where we are right now. You look done. Awesome. So we are slowly but surely becoming self-sufficient, and I think we are at that point where we can start looking at upgrades. So we do now have an advanced constructor. I have to wait for everything else to clear out before we use it, obviously. Let's go ahead and throw this over here for now, just to get this stuff out of our inventory. I've got a couple of cargo boxes that'll be getting made here in the near future. But for now, I just want to get the stuff out of my inventory, and that's one of the best things about the ammo boxes is they double as cargo boxes. And we're going to need to make more ammo here as well. What are we... Oh, man, what are we missing? Well, it doesn't say that we can't make any of it. Just that we don't have it readily available. I'm kind of curious to see... I'm guessing the power coil. Alright, so what do we need to make? We're missing those. So I'm going to have to do another base raid. Okay. That figures. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab these guys. We're going to go ahead and... see here. Let's count how many blocks across these are, because I don't remember how many I made. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a few more blocks, because I think I have a few blocks left in here. Right, somewhere in here. There we go. Okay, and we're going to turn that off so we don't misplace that. Yes, yes, I know. No oxygen, yes, I know. Alright, so... we're going to go that way. And... that way. There we go. And that should give us more than enough stability that we don't have to really worry about anything. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should be the middle. Yes? Yes. Let's make sure. 2, 3, and 4. Yep. Okay, so we have a repair bay that is powered up. And then over here, I don't remember how many these were. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be our center line. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be a walkway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want it there. Mm-hmm. Okay, what is going on? Did they change these that we can only have one per base now or something? Yep, max count of 1. So I guess they figured out that because when we were testing these earlier, for the folks that are playing on the experimental, we basically stacked like 10 or 20 of these things together, and you were insta repairing ships. So if you put them on a CV, what you could do is basically have a core of these things made on your CV, and each one would repair one block at a time. So if you had 20 or 30 of these things on there, in most cases, they were able to basically make your ship pretty much nigh invulnerable. Rather sad, they fixed that. However, they do work really well, so I guess this will just be our maintenance bay, which means I'm going to have to build a ramp over here somewhere. What I'll probably do is probably extend that over, and that'll let me have the larger SV, and then also have the ability to have an HV come over, repair if it needs to, and then take off again. So, that's rather sad. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one here because we're waiting for a bunch of parts to be made. I need to set up a bunch of ammo so that we can go hit one of the other bases and see if we can get some more Zesconium as well as some of the other resources. And so yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below the video, or to hit me up either here directly on YouTube or on Twitter. Twitter. Those are probably the easiest ways to get a hold of me. If you have any questions, like I said, make sure you shoot them over to me. I want to thank you all for stopping in. If you are new to the channel or have not done so already, I would like to ask you to go ahead and please subscribe. Not only do the subscriptions, likes, and comments help the channel to grow, but they also let me know that you're enjoying the content, as well as keeping you up to date when new content comes out. Because anything that you subscribe to, you're going to get a little message every time we do something. And we've been live streaming more, so it'll tell you when we're live streaming. It tells you when new videos come out. It's just a nice thing to do. Anyway, we're out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Maybe I'll put a window in here so you can see down there. That's actually kind of cool. Yeah, we might just do that.